What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and President Joe Biden has issued new executive orders and executive actions, but will it help out the American people at this time that are facing record high inflation, food and gas prices, and will it be enough to keep the president and Democrats in power during the midterm elections as they hit the polls? This is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but what we're hearing is, right now, President Joe Biden's approval is really bad. As a matter of fact, it is worse than former President Donald Trump's approval rating during the January 6th event. That is right. They're saying right now, people approve more of former President Donald Trump during that event than they approve of President Biden's handling of everything going on, especially the economy. And take a look, you guys, polls coming out like this, and you can see that Trump's approval significantly higher than Joe Biden's at this present time. And articles coming out like this: exasperated Biden has only himself to blame as poll numbers sink below Trump's. And this is due to the fact that a lot of people are saying he does not have the same priorities as the American people. A lot of people are hurting right now. Economically, that is their main priority. And he's saying things are going well. And a lot of people are saying we were promised fourth federal level checks of $2,000, child tax credits, all of these provisions, and they have not been fulfilled, and it has been over a year. And people are saying, well, at least former President Donald Trump responded quickly. He did the things that he said he was going to do, and they're feeling like Biden is not doing that. And that is why they're saying his approval is plummeting below even that of former President Donald Trump's during the January 6th event. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but let's take a look at some of the executive orders and actions that he has come out with just recently. U.S. President Joe Biden signs an executive order to reform federal and local policing on the second anniversary of the death of George Floyd. Also, the flailing solar industry and what Biden wants to do about it. These are executive orders I'm going to let you know about, but a lot of people are saying this is not the priority of the American people. And we actually just heard from Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. If you missed that video, check it out. I cover for you the video footage and in detail, as he says, this is insane. Who is advising the president? They are not living on planet Earth, giving him the direction that they are, because he's saying this is not a top priority, some of the things that he's issuing out. And a lot of people are saying if he did stimulus checks, 80% of the population approve, it would boost his approval rating, it would make him so much more popular, and it would help fight against the poverty. It was the number one provision to fight poverty during the pandemic, that maybe he should do executive orders and actions for that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, as you know, Congress holds the power of the purse, but the president can reallocate existing funds and repurpose them towards other things. So if he could find maybe $800 billion of leftover unused funds that's just sitting there from previous stimulus packages, which we're hearing is there, and use it for checks, it could help him out and the American people at the same time. Now, also, as we wait to see what happens on a federal level, states, counties, and cities are passing their own forms of stimulus checks and provisions. And if you missed my last video, you might want to check it out as I let you know of $1,050 checks going out and also a bump up in SSI. Check out that video if you missed it. Just released it yesterday. But you guys, let's dive into the latest on the executive orders, executive actions, and the lacking approval rating of the president. But before we do me a quick favor, smash the like button if you appreciate these updates. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Come join the Ram fam. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. I'll let you know about everything going on, including stimulus checks on various levels, states, counties, and cities. We're assembling a comprehensive list of all of them so you don't miss out on anything. And also, if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, let's dive into the latest and get you caught up on executive orders by the president. All right, so first, let's take a look at President Biden's approval rating, and this is very important to stimulus, and here's why. Because at this present time, Congress is fully controlled by the Democrats. We have a Democratic president, the House is Democratic majority, and the Senate is in a 50-50 split, which means the tie-breaking vote is Vice President Kamala Harris. So pretty much, if all Democrats can unify, they can pass through whatever they like. Now, if Biden's approval is down, that is a bad reflection on the Democratic Party. And in these midterm elections, it's very likely that the American people, historically we've seen that if that current party that's in power is not getting things done, they will likely vote for the other party and it will swing in their favor. So what we're hearing is it's very likely that in these midterm elections with Biden's super low approval rating that Republicans will come in. We're hearing a red wave and take seats in the House and the Senate, and it's very likely going to be a Republican Congress with a Democratic president. And if that's the case, they're likely going to be fighting each other, and it's going to be very difficult for Biden to get through any of his agenda items that he'd like to see pass. So this is a critical time right now for the president and Democrats. And right now, it's not looking good. So he's got to do something to turn it around. But we're seeing articles coming out like this. An exasperated Biden has only himself to blame as poll numbers sink below Trump's. And it says leaks from the White House suggest that Joe Biden is in a snit over his plummeting poll numbers now that they've sunk below those of former President Donald Trump's. He is exasperated that he is not receiving credit for his great achievements of his administration and feels that he is a victim of circumstances beyond his control, like inflation, rising fuel prices, and the border crisis, Afghanistan, the war in Ukraine, school shootings, the pandemic, and so on and so forth. Oh, woe is him. So goes the spin. Wow. Let me know your thoughts. Biden's solution is to snarl at the staff and demand better messaging, saying that we need to message and talk about the things that we've done, like we heard from Jim Clyburn in his video just yesterday. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that's a good strategy for winning at the polls? Let's talk about the achievements that we did yesterday, but not passing things today. I might be wrong, but I don't think that that is going to work in the eyes of the American people. First Lady Jill Biden and the president's sister, Valerie Biden Owens, are reported by Politico to be urging him to get out and about more. Let Joe be Joe is the thinking. But isn't that part of the problem? When Biden goes off script in front of teleprompters, things go awry very quickly. He blurts out reckless thought bubbles like when he said that Vladimir Putin cannot remain in power or that the U.S. would get involved militarily in Taiwan. Let me know your thoughts, you guys. And also, as I mentioned, we heard from Kevin O'Leary saying, who is advising the president that this is just bad strategy? Not even about like helping people or anything, just from a strategic point of view for the Democrats, some of the things that he's doing is just not on track. And this is just causing things to fall apart. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know about stimulus checks. I feel like this is a huge portion of the economy and approval. And that could be a huge strategy. It's just simply saying, hey, let's pass some checks. Let's help out the American people, and let's go ahead and get this done so that way it can help people out at this time. That alone would be something that probably could turn the tables for the president, but it seems like that is not his priority. Let's take a look at some of the executive orders and actions that he has passed. Now, the flailing solar industry and what Biden wants to do about it. Now, President Joe Biden issued executive orders on Monday, yesterday, to lean on the Defense Production Act to accelerate domestic production of clean energy technology, in particular with solar components. Now, what Biden is doing, the president is temporarily facilitating U.S. solar companies' ability to source solar modules and cells from Cambodia, Malaysia, Thailand, and Vietnam by assuring those components can be free of certain duties for 24 months to ensure domestic supply. So that is currently one of the ones that he's doing. And we also heard about policing. So these are some of the executive orders and actions coming out, but we're still waiting to see about economic executive orders and actions to help out with provisions and stimulus. We will see. There's a limited amount of time. We're hearing that they're working on legislation, but if they can't come through with that legislation, it will be executive orders and actions. And I will keep you up to date here on the channel. So you guys, that is the latest, and as more information rolls out, I'll be sure to let you know. As we're hearing with every day that passes and we get closer to those elections, things are likely going to start ramping up with stimulus provisions, executive orders, legislation. We're waiting to see what's going to unfold, and I will keep you up to date. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash the like button. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. If you appreciate the content, helps me out. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments. Share this out if you think it could help out other people. If this is your first time here and you want to come stay up to date, I'll let you know everything going on. Just takes a second and it's totally free. Why not? All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Keep an eye out on my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance, and a massive list of all checks on all levels, comprehensively assembled together for you from Steve Ram to my Ram fam. Coming soon, you guys. It's a lot of work. I've been staying up late putting this together, so bear with me. Please be patient, but I want to get this together so that way you have it all there for you and you don't miss out on anything. But with that being said, you guys, as always, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.